Scrapbookers, it's Katie Scott, and I am working on my December daily for December 2nd. And this is an easy idea if you have a home printer. And I use a program called Picasa. It's put out by Google and it's completely free. And I make photo collages, and you can do this either just by clicking on the photos that you want and then clicking after you've pinned them all. Pin them in Picasa, not Pinterest. But then you could just say create collage and it will instantly create a collage for you. It also has a feature where it will identify faces, so you can just go to that person in the like face identifier and it will do it instantly for you. It's amazing. That's not how I did it this time because I wanted all photos from 2012 of my son and of my daughter. I was going to make them look exactly the same, but my kids are not exactly the same, so neither are their pages. These pages are printed out in 11.5 or 11 by 8.5, and so the pages in my book are 8 by 8. So one thing that I can do to solve that problem is either to trim it down just a tiny bit, or I can just use these as pages that won't have a page protector. And I've printed these out on cardstock, and I find that when I print at home on cardstock that the ink really seeps into the page and I don't have any problems with it, whereas I printed these are photos from today, so these are just like a retrospective of 2013, but this is on photo paper, and I actually find that it like comes off onto my hand, which I find super annoying. So I don't know if that's a common problem. I don't know how to fix it. I know I don't like it, and I think you can see that. It's not a lot, but it comes off enough that it feels like kind of a messy newspaper sort of a feel. So these photos are on like a glossy photo paper. It's actually HP Advanced. And they're fine, but these I feel like need a page protector. These I feel like could get away with not so much of a page protector. So in order to do that, I was going to have them side by side, but I kind of like the idea of having them back to back because they are not formatted the same. There are more and smaller photos of my son, and I think there's like 35 photos of my daughter. And so there would be more of him. So I'm just trimming off, and I just printed this. One of the things you can do in Picasa that's pretty cool is you can select the size that you want to print in. So I made my photo collage be a square. So both of the squares, even though they're different, the formats are different, they end up being the same size, which is going to work well for my back-to-back plan. So I'm actually tonight going to be making the kind of retrospective of like what 2013 looked like, and then also something about today. So I have the two photos, and what I'm thinking, and I'm not, is that if I adhered these together and then I just did something that's going to stick out this way to be this part of the page. And I'm thinking what might be really cool is if I had duct tape handy, which I don't think that I have. So, boo-hoo. Let me just look real quick. I have one more place it could be. I have like painter's tape, and I don't really think, like, this isn't gonna be strong. It's sort of like duct tape, but it rips more easily. Yeah, so that's not really what I want. Well, I need to think of a different solution. And so I think one solution would be just to take a piece of kind of stronger paper and then just measure it out to, it's going to be 8 by probably like 8.5, 8 3/4, and then just wedge that in there and bind it all together somehow. Or just, oh, let's see. Or just, I might not even need to go that far, but I just need a strip of paper that probably is double-sided. So this is double-sided. I don't think it's particularly strong though, but I would just envision a little bit coming out to the side. I just want a stronger weight of paper so that it's not going to be a problem. Okay, so if you've watched my videos before, you know that I'm in love with Cartabella paper. Not just only because of the designs, but also the texture. The texture of Cartabella paper is like nothing, no other paper. I love it. I don't think those colors are necessarily going to work, but I do have some other options, and I have some more Cartabella paper here. I like this because it is, I think that can work. So I like both sides of this paper. So let's just see which way I want to make it look. I'm thinking the triangles for the boy side and the kind of pinker color for the girl side. And let me just see how it looks this way. I kind of like it that way, I think. So what I need is a strip that, because I love this paper, so I don't want to use it all up, so I'm just going to cut a little bit more than I need. Like a little bit more, but not like a ton more. So a little bit under 4 inches, and then this is going to be about 8 inches, but it's right the edge of that black triangle. And now what I want to do is just figure out, and I'm using my page protector sort of as a template. Oh, and bonus, I'll be able to touch this paper because it won't be in a page protector. I know that sounds really crazy, but seriously, if you have access to the Cartabella paper, just touch it. It's awesome. I just love it. It just feels so rich. Okay, I like it this way. And so I have some very strong adhesive that is quite permanent in the form of, I'm notoriously bad with these things, but this is Dari's permanent adhesive, and I think I got it at like TJ Maxx or Marshall's, one of those stores, and it's very, very aggressive. It's aggressive as adhesive. So I'm putting it on the Cartabella paper, but also on the back of my photo collage, and now I really want to make sure that I get it right. So I'm lining it up like along the bottom, and then exactly like this. And it's already stuck. That's down. There's nothing I can do about that now. So, which is good because that's where I wanted it to be. And now I just really need to make sure that I'm going to get that other side going the same way. So I don't want to, so it's going to go like this. That's the side that's going to have the adhesive on here. And it's very strong, as I mentioned. So my plan is that I will remember to take pictures every day of December. That's my goal. And then I will print them at home. And I need to remember to order some more printer ink so I don't run out one of these days. Because that's happened in the past. I'm just lining these up as carefully as I can, because once this is down, it is down. And there we go. That's down, and I just have a little bit to trim. Not a lot, just a little bit. And now I can use my page protector as a template for where to punch the holes, and I'll just use a crocodile to do that. I was gonna, so my plan is on how to manage December daily. One is to keep myself accountable. I'm gonna try to make a video of my process every day. And I've been making videos over the last month or so. I had a series called 30 Days of Scrapbook Videos, and I really, my goal was is to really get better at making videos. And so I think I did improve. I think I still have some improvements to make. Like saying I say that way too often. Okay, so these are the pages that I made yesterday, and this one was kind of like a goodbye to fall, and this is our Christmas story. And so I'm actually would like to put this right in between there, rather than, I could put it here, and I think that would be fine too. Maybe I'll just do that because I made the page today, and then I'll remember it that way. I am wondering if I should make this into some kind of a pocket, because that is fun sometimes. So what I'm going to do, instead of adhering the whole paper, is I'm just going to go along the bottom and the outside. And really, this doesn't need to be as aggressive as it did for the adhesive onto what is going to be like where it gets hooked into the album. But now it should fit into the album just like that. And then this is a pocket, so one of the things I'm thinking of popping in there is my daughter is doing really well in school, and my son is working really hard at school. This is a polite way of saying he's struggling, but maybe some homework, because that's what we did on December 2nd. Today we had a big, long math, Lollapalooza math. It just was insane. So this, I like that this is a pocket, so I can just slide some things in there from the day. But what I want to signify on this page is this was 2013 for Mac, and then on this page I want to signify this was 2013 for my daughter. And I think probably a pretty easy way of doing that is either a label sticker or perhaps, and I kind of like the idea of I have this tray, which is like a silverware tray, and I like the idea of wrapping around the page. I don't necessarily like that color, but wrapping a sticker around to kind of reinforce those holes and to also serve the purpose of the place to, isn't that so cute? What did the fox say? It's this was the year of that, right? But I'm not sure that if I were to do this page again, I would maybe print my my photo a little smaller so I had room for embellishments. But in the grand scheme of things, I think when you look back at your album, it's the pictures you're going to be looking at, not the embellishments. Right now, it's fun to like play with embellishments, but like years from now, what you'll be looking at are the photos and what you've written down. So I'm not seeing those labels. I'm just gonna, I'll be right back. I know where they are. I think I do. Oh, I might have some right here. I don't know how this will work. But this would kind of do the same thing. It doesn't match at all though, because we've got cream and white. So I really do need to get a sticker. I might have one here. I'm trying not to walk away because I have a place where I keep a bunch of stickers and I didn't keep it handy. But I am, in the spirit of just moving forward, I'm going to try to work around that. I don't have exactly what I had in mind, but I do have this. I'm not getting the same, although the yellow kind of works if I did. See, I did the yellow like, I don't know, I don't think that does work. Let's keep looking. Another idea is to use some washi tape to reinforce that. I'm just thinking because it's in, early on in the album, that these pages are gonna get a lot of action, and so I want to just do a little something that's going to reinforce and also give me a place to put the date. So this is the same problem I'm sort of having with this. This might work. October afternoon stuff. I don't think this works. Okay, I don't know what to do. But that's when you don't know what to do. So this is part of my theory on making scrapbook videos while I'm doing it, while I'm doing my scrapbooks, is that you get this added pressure of time, and so you have to keep going. So I could, if I kept looking, which is, I'm falling into that trap, but if I kept looking, then you kind of can get to this place where you're overanalyzing the whole thing, and then you don't get a lot done. And so, let me just see if this folds in half. It would fold right there. And then if I cut this in half. So my point is, I want to keep moving forward. I want to keep on with the December daily project. And I know that if I start to fuss over each day, that I will fall behind. Because then the next day I'll go, oh, I don't have time to do all of that today. Okay, so one of my pitfalls in scrapbooking is that I do like to adhere as I go. One of the drawbacks to that is if you ever want to reposition things, it's more difficult, especially when you're using the aggressive adhesive, but I'm still able to just tuck that under and there's enough space. So I've put these stickers that will be my reinforcements, which also means I'm going to have to punch those holes again. So all that measuring kind of did me no good, but that's okay. Okay, and now that I have a little bit of structure to over here, what I would kind of like to do is put the date 2013 in this little space in between. And I feel like for this one I should almost cover up some of that. We'll see. Let's punch those holes again before I wear myself out here. So I'm trying to keep these videos to 1/2 an hour or less. What I'm gonna guess is gonna happen is as the month goes on, I'm gonna get faster, or at least that's my goal, is to get a little faster every day that I do these. So I would hope, because it's December 2nd, that I'm kind of going at my slowest right now. Let's hope I get I'm hoping I get faster. So I want to use this space, and really what I want to do is have a little space. And so I was mentioning that painter's tape before, and there's a lot of blue in this, in his layout, or his page. And so I'm just kind of looking to see if I can make this look okay. I'm not sure that it will. I don't think that it will. But the benefit to painter's tape is it's sort of like masking tape, but it comes up real easily. Let's see, I went to Office Depot, which is an office supply store, and they had a bunch of washi tape on sale. So I just picked up a bunch of that recently. This is some of it. And let's see if this works. I don't really, you know what? It could work perhaps this way instead of the up and down. I think that might work a little bit better. So I'm just peeling up a little bit again, and then I can wrap it around the page. I don't think I like that color, but I like that idea. So I'm going to put that one away, and then I did buy, let's see, some silver washi tape. This is by Scotch brand, or Scotch tape, but it's washi, and I think that this color is going to coordinate just a little bit better. I hope. So I can continue to be moving forward with this. Okay, I like that better. So I'm sacrificing some of that yummy tactile in the middle, but I think that I really need to break it up a little bit so that there'll be a place to write. Like if I just put the date over, like letter stickers just over the paper, I think that it would not show up. The letters would not show up very well. So by placing the washi down first, I think that's going to work a little bit better. That's my theory anyways. And then today, for my page today, we did a bunch of chores today and we did homework. So I had this like little chore chart, and this I believe, yes, is 8 by 8. So this is going to be part of my page. The chore chart part of it might not actually show up, but it will be in there. And sometimes I'll indicate that on the front of the page. But let's just get this thing knocked out here. Okay, so this was really like this retrospective isn't really about today, but I like to do these because it just kind of shows you like where we, like it's project life in one page about one kid. You know, it's like this was your year, because they really, they don't always remember like all the stuff we did in one year. But if you show them one of these collage pages, they're like, oh, I remember that, I remember that, I remember that. And they get so excited about all the things like, wow, we really did do a lot of stuff this year. As a mom, I also like to see it because it tells me that like, you know, I really do try to plan events that will be memorable, you know, for like, I want to do things with my kids that when they grow up, they'll remember. So that's why I'm always like lobbying for family vacations, is I think those that will be things that the kids remember. I know they'll remember day-to-day stuff too. And, you know, what they remember about day-to-day stuff, you know, you don't know. Because you think back to what you remember from your childhood, and it's not necessarily like what your brother or sister remembers. Like, I remember stuff from when I was a kid that I'll tell my sister, and she'll be like, I don't remember that at all. And then she's got other stories that she remembers all about, and I don't remember. So I think what kids remember about day-to-day life is very unpredictable. But you remember the vacations. You do remember, like, oh, we went to another state or another country. So anyways, that's one of the reasons I really always am pushing for how we're going to spend our money, and I'm always like, let's spend it on vacations, and that's why. So I have, yay, we have, this is Simple Stories, and I just want the numbers, the letters. So I think they're going to work this way. 2013. And it's really just going to be simple. It's just going to be right on the, I think that's going to stay stuck. I might just want to tuck that under just a little bit. 2013. I'm still calling the years 2000. 2013. 2000. I don't call them 2013. I wonder how many people say 20 and how many people say 2000. My kids say, or in the olden days, you know, like in the 1900s. Like, those were the olden days, because to them they were. Okay, so that's Mac, my son, on that side. And now, and I think it's pretty obvious that it's him. But if I had like a adventures or something like that, that would be a fun, like if I have one of these kind of stickers for right there. I don't see, it's kind of, this would be kind of funny, like, Santa let me explain, but I'm not going to put that there. It just opens a can of worms. I don't think that's a good idea. So 2013 on this side, and then I'm just going to do the same on this side, but perhaps in a different font. So this way, I put it going this way, like it's sitting on its right side, and I'm going to do that same thing. So it's just going to be a little bit different on her side, and I think I will if there's enough letters. Oh, hallelujah. Thank you, Simple Stories. I am impressed. I really get frustrated with sticker sheets when there's not enough number stickers. And especially because we're in the 2000, you know, like, we need a lot of twos. As scrapbookers, we need lots of twos, don't we? So this is going to be 2013. Like, I'd rather have more numbers than, I don't need X's. Like, I don't remember when I've ever used an X. Except when I'm, you know, trying to figure out a way to use them up. But numbers, I'm always looking for more numbers. Especially ones and twos and threes. So there's kind of the same thing going on both sides. I feel like if I had a long sticker, that I would put that, I would like that, but, oops, I'm not going to worry about it. So here we go. And I think that's pretty obvious. There's my boy and his year, and there's my girl and her year. And the holes have been reinforced with stickers, and I think that's going to be pretty solid. And I'm not worried about fingerprints or anything like that on that particular cardstock. Whereas on this annoying cardstock, I am. So here I've got, today was like a homework day, so I've got these two pictures. I actually took this picture today. I didn't take this picture today, but it looks about what homework looked like. And then we also did a little bit of tree decorating, but not all of the tree decorating. And I got 3 out of the 4 of us in the family in front of the tree. I'd prefer to have a photo of all 4 of us, so I think I'm just going to hold these photos for tomorrow. I'm not worried that when I get into December, you know, the first couple days I'm trying to get pictures that were taken that day. But once you get into the middle of December, it's okay if all the days don't line up. So that's, let me just get these trimmed out. And so today's page, glamorous as it is is going to be about homework. Because today was a day about, like, we got the house, like, we worked on the house for a long, you know, getting the house all cleaned up. I did grocery shopping. I did just a lot of, like, mom duty today, which is fine. It was good. The kids actually helped me, but there was just a whole lot of mom duty going on. So I have the 2 photos, and I think for harmony, I will not overlap. No one will be bigger than anyone, and no one will overlap. So I'm just going to trim his down just a little bit more so they're completely even. Because I'm afraid they'll notice. They're at that age where they used to play together all the time. And now, well, I'm just going to use my scissors to trim this. So I'm using one photo as kind of my guide for where to cut the other one. Okay. So now I'm like I'm 31 minutes and I'm feeling like I gotta get this done. So here's my photos. What I think I want to do is put them on a band so they stand out from the background. This is going to be on the inside. It's on the back side. That's where all my writing was. I could do this, but see, I'm getting that stuff all over me. That bugs me. But I'm not going to. So I just need a strip to put underneath them, some kind of color. And I'm just looking at the opposite side. So red might be kind of fun. I've got this color. Stripes and stripes, I don't know. Let me see it out. I've got some pink. I think that works for me. And so I just want to make sure that I trim that so it's gonna go above and below. So I don't know no measurements here, but I'm just using the photos to do my measurements to make sure I have enough space. That's fine. So I'm going to adhere this one down first, and I could do it like this. Looks too much like jail. Homework does seem like jail, but that's not the look I'm going for. So because this is a little bit bigger, this page is bigger than this page, and I don't want to mess with that trimmer again. I'm just going to line up one side like this, and then I will adhere the other side. Ta-da. And sometimes scissors are faster. Let's get that down there. And, okay, I need to remember that I have, numbers that are signifying the days. And the ones that I'm using are from One Pattern Paper. It's by Teresa Collins, and that's, so I need to go, I think I know exactly where they are. So this is just going to be kind of a symmetrical page, and what might be cute is if I put the number kind of right in this dead space between them. And there's 2 kids. Haha, I didn't even think of that, but that works. That's cute. Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure those are even and that we're all lined up. Okay, I think those are laid down pretty well. And then I have my little circle punch handy. And I was going to get all these cut out beforehand, but I didn't do that. Perhaps I will tomorrow. Or perhaps I'll just keep using the sheet like this. So very carefully. Although I would kind of like to get them all cut out when I'm full of energy, which I'm not right now because it's the end of the day. But that's typically when I do December daily. Like, I don't want to wake up tomorrow and have to worry about December daily for today. Like, I like to get it done that day, and that's how I can really keep at it. Okay, I kind of like it just like that, I guess. Or I could, you know what? There it is. It's gonna stay there. And what can I add? I think it might be fun to add a little washi tape. Let's see. I have really come around on the washi tape. I used to think it was just a little frivolous, and now I think it's just a little fabulous. I really love it. And it's easy to use, and it's easy to reposition, and it's also useful. You know, it like serves a purpose, and I really like it. It's my new favorite thing. I know it's been around for several years now. But I would say this year it was my year to accumulate rolls of washi tape. Unashamed. I used to kind of think like, what do you need so much washi tape for? And now I get it. And I think it's a useful supply because even if, say, you stop scrapbooking altogether, which I don't plan on doing, but say that happened, it would still be useful. It really would. So maybe just, I've got dots up here, so I'm thinking it might be fun to put some dots down here. And there, you know, I've got this washi tape again at the office supply store. Let's just see how that looks. Another benefit to making videos is sometimes when you're looking at something dead on, you can't really see what you're trying to notice. And then when you look at it on, in my case, I do my videotaping on an iPad. I can look up and see, like, how does that look? And so today I think the title of this page is kind of obvious that it's two good students I want to write. Because they are. She's doing really, like, she's just thriving. They started a new school this year, and she's really just, it's amazing. Like, it's really great to see how well she's come a long way, and she's doing very well. And he has, so I'm going to line the edge of this up. Students and STUDENTS. Two students, but also it's December 2nd. And we, you know, spent a lot of time doing homework today, which is kind of on the back. So I think that shows up enough. I don't know if it really does. I think it doesn't on the screen. That's the other thing. But it can in real life. So let's see how that looks. And what I do when I'm spelling something backwards is I will just jot it down so I don't miss any letters, especially when I'm making the video. So I'm talking, I'm not paying too much attention to what I'm doing. Not sure that's standing out as much as I would like it to. And so one more trick is to add more washi tape. Now that I'm extolling the virtues of washi tape. So let's just do one more. And I had that silver on the other, over here. So let's put some silver on this side. And then it will be consistent. And I want it to just go under those two photos. And actually, another benefit of washi tape is you can change your mind so easily. Okay, so I'm thinking it might be, I might like the title a little bit better if it were a little bit more actually on the photos. Like this. I think it needs to be just a tiny bit longer. So, or maybe even it could go the whole way. Let's do it not the whole way. So there we are. There's where I'm going to put my title. So now I'm starting over. I'm just using the bottom of that washi as my stopping point for the bottom of the letters. So they're going to go up over onto the photos, which I'm okay with. So I made a couple videos before December started about how I put together all of my supplies, and I bought some new supplies, so this is like a newer thing. It looks like it was $3 for a lot of letter stickers. What I didn't, and I bought some new papers, but I tried to keep to the papers that were trendier, so that because in my, what I already have, what I'm looking for in pattern paper, because I have a lot of pattern paper already, is just like the hot little trendy, I tried to go for trendy stuff. And then I tried to go for useful stuff like those numbers and a lot of sticker sheets. So, and I got a lot of like Project Life type cards and that sort of thing. And I think that it's working out fairly well. I think as time goes on in this month, I will get better at this. I have done December Daily for the last several years, and I really find that if I'm keeping up with it and doing it every day, then I can continue through the whole month. But if I kind of like overdo it and spend way too much time, and I'm getting to feeling like I'm spending too much time right now, then that's when I kind of fall off. So, 2 great students. So I want to fill up this space, and I don't think I want to do it with these letters. I also have these letters, but they seem a little bit too similar, so I'm going to look for just a different color. Let's see. I'm not going to look far. I have these letters. These might work if there's enough left. GR. I don't have a G, but I could probably make one out of a C. EA. 2 great students. Oh, I do have an E. Am I spelling great wrong? Right? I think that's how you spell great. Okay, so this is how I spell check myself now. Because it has been a long day, and I've been doing, I'm just going to write it out. Make sure it's right. Yeah, that's right. It has been a long day. I've been doing 6th grade math for a long time tonight. So I don't have an R, so I'm going to put the P down, and then I'm going to turn that into an R. And I'm going to turn a C into a G. And again, these letters are not all that repositionable. So I'm kind of just, I'm going to use a Z for hopefully both. So kind of a thinker how to do this. Okay, so I'm going to start with a G, and I'm just going to make that little tail that goes into a capital G. Okay, that looks perfect, or pretty good anyways. And then the tail of the R needs to look about like this. I don't know how I'm going to do with this one. I don't think it's going to come out as well, but you know what? Oh, it's coming out okay. It usually isn't as noticeable as you think it's going to be. And so I'm just tucking that under so the seam doesn't show as much. And 2 great students. There we go. And I'm just going to check out our chores and homework. And then I'm just going to hopefully find a little arrow. Oh, here we go, documenting life. Okay, so I'm just going to cover up what I just wrote. And that will be, see what we did today. And that's just going to, just a little arrow that's going to lead them to the other side of the page. And yes, I am writing this in ballpoint pen. Oh, that's a scrapbook stain, isn't it? It's okay. It's just fine. Okay, so there's my December 2nd, and I actually use this to like see all the stuff I did. See all the stuff they did. Wait, he actually did more than that. He did his homework too, and we worked on adding fractions and multiplying fractions, and Allison is reading chapter books and scoring a 3.75 GPA. Go girl. She's just, I am so proud of you. And then my son, who is struggling in school, I'm not going to write down his GPA, but I am going to write, Mac, I know that this year is a challenge, and I am so proud of your effort, and I know that you are trying your best. I love you, kid. Okay, so if I wrote I love you to him, I've got to write I love you to her. And then I just want to write in a different color. And what I'm going to do is write with a Copic marker. And I haven't tried this before, but I think it will work. So I'm just going to try it. I'm just going to say, this is sort of obvious, but busy day. And that is the back side. So that's not even going to show, but if somebody were interested, they could see that there was something on the back here. And then there's a bunch of stuff that we did today, which just seems like a chore chart today, but like 10 years from now, that's sort of interesting. So that's why I like to include that sort of thing. So sorry I've rambled for so long. I see that it's 49 minutes, and if you're still with me, thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and please join me and consider subscribing. I'm going to be making videos throughout the month of December, documenting my December Daily album. And December Daily is a concept created by Allie Edwards, and she has that trademarked, and if you have more questions about December Daily, her website, allieedwards.com, is a great place to look. But in the meantime, I'm Katie Scott, and my blog is called Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.